everyone, welcome to my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name's Jeanette. I just thought I'd do a short introduction, if that's possible, with me, because I talk a lot, just to show you who will be behind the cards for the readings, and just to explain a little bit about myself, and how I view my world, and how I see things. And I think the only way I can do that, or the shortcut version to do that, is to tell you about the film Serendipity. I don't know if you can see that, with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale. This is my favourite movie, and I love the word serendipity. There is another word, obviously, called synchronicity, which Carl Jung came up with that phrase. But I just love the word serendipity, and this is how I view my world every day. I recognise the clues and signs. If you haven't seen this, it's quite an old film, I think. Can't remember when it was made, but if you haven't seen this, I would suggest seeing it. I mean, it's what lights up my life, seeing the magic in every day, and the synchronicity of events, meaningful coincidences I experience every day. Not so much if I'm not in the flow, and then that tells me I need to be in the flow. So, and the story, I won't do much of a spoiler, but the story is, it's about two people, and yes, you've got to take the romantic stuff out of it, and the Hollywood sort of romance out of it, but there are synchronicities to our lives, and to meanings of when we meet people, and that sort of thing. So I have written a blog, a story on my website that's all about synchronicity, and I've shown pictures of proof about how things have happened and come together. It's like a thread, really, and when you look back on your life, I'm sure you do too, that you can see how one event led to another event, and so on and so on. But look out for the serendipity vlogs that I'll be doing. I don't know when I'll start them, but every time a synchronistic event comes along and I think it has meaning and that I can share, and maybe you can gain some insight for yourself about it, then I will do that. How I'm going to do it, I don't know yet, but I will do that. And also, another one of my favourites is the Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon and Emily Blunt, and this is the same. It's all about meeting someone again, and fate playing its part, destiny playing its part, and it's about free will. And we do have free will to a certain degree. We do. We have free will, as in our life purpose and what we're here to do, our paths that we follow, and everything is about relationships. And for me, that's what my life has been about. And as I've experienced, like a lot of people, the broken hearts that have broke me open, broke me down, and broke me open, and I don't regret any of that. I see the bigger picture to why those meetings took place, and the lessons that I've learned from it, and and I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow more of the archetype, the pattern of what it's about. So you will hear me talk about astrology or planets or things like that, but I will be looking at more archetypally. And so the Adjustment Bureau is, especially Mercury retrograde, you know, you get things, messages not being received or miscommunication, that sort of thing, which is more of the tricky side of it, as in maybe you're not on the right path and the universe or spirit's trying to get you to slow down so that you go within. It's a reflective time, you go within so that you can slow down and think about your life and maybe make some choices to get you back on the right path. I don't think we're ever on the wrong path, to be honest with you, in a sense that maybe just something's not working for us, or we're making it more difficult for ourselves than what we need to do. I think we do get in our own way a lot of the time. And this film shows the determination of free will, and synchronicities, and you know, how you can turn things around for yourself, and miscommunication, text messages, it's you know, our guides, our group of people that can intervene as well as help if something isn't going the right way. And another film, I get so many messages from films, I really do. And another one that I like, that was actually done, I think, in 1997, but don't quote me on it, is Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow. And that's about parallel universe events happening at the same time, but it's all about choice again. And I've asked quite a few people how they've seen this movie and how, you know, the end result, and it didn't match mine, but we've all got different perceptions. I just saw it that, again, we can get in our own way, and at the end I thought, why not let things happen naturally and don't push against the flow? And if you're meant to meet somebody like they were, then you will meet them, and it will happen. So yeah, so that's what I'm about. Those three films sort of help you to understand where I come from. And like I said, I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow. I feel the birth chart, like my birth chart here, is the blueprint of my soul contract as to why I've come here and the purpose of me being here. And it gives you clues. It's all about clues and signs. And I've actually wrote a book all about how to read clues and signs around your relationships and the threads and synchronicity, why things happen. And that's in the last stages of being put together. And then well, the cards are saying a business partner is coming in to be supportive of these projects that I'm wanting to get up and running. And talking about synchronicity, they just reminded me, when I was filming a couple of these sessions for the YouTube channel, I think it was my first one, I can't remember now, but my sister will edit it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're having problems with doing all the technology side of it. We're learning all the time. So I was doing a reading, and just as I was saying that there's something that you're finding hard to get off the ground, an aircraft literally flew over the house, and I love that. So we'll put that clip in.
It's connected to work of some kind. Maybe you're having a hard time getting something off the ground.
So you can see what I mean by synchronicity, and that's exactly, you know, you've done your hard work, which was a November reading I think I was trying to do in on the 16th, November the 16th. You know, you've put in the hard work and you're trying to get something off the ground, and an aeroplane symbolically, because everything's about symbol, symbolically represents getting something off the ground. It's in the air. So I do sense that a lot of us are doing that at the moment, going through that at the moment. And I actually recorded the December reading before this, and in there, it's I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, new entrepreneurs being born, trying to get something off the ground, and it's hard work. It's hard work because being an artist, you're not supported. So anyway, so in my chart, I've got a sun. My sun is in Capricorn. You know, like not that I want to stereotype, but the archetypal energy is of the business people, and that. And then I've got which is an earth sign, I've got Virgo rising, which is another earth sign, and then I've got my moon in Aquarius, which is an air sign. I've also got Venus in Pisces, in my 7th house of marriage and relationship. So for me, writing a book about that and doing readings and this type of work all fits in with my, you know, with my blueprint, my soul contract, as to what I'm here to do, really. So the cards that I'll be using will be the main ones will be, I have got others come in, which is Tarot by Ellen Dugan. That's the main one I'll be reading from, and then I do put out this is an old tarot set for me, the Titania's fortune cards, and I will most of the time use them along with those, but I do have a couple of new tarot decks come in, because it gives on the Ellen Dugan ones I will be reversing, but on these ones I won't, and it just gives a bigger picture, a better picture of what's going on for us all, because me included, you know, we're all one, even though we like to think we're not at the end of the day. Then I'll be using Archangel Michael for guidance, which is Doreen Virtue, and the Romance Angels, again Doreen Virtue. And then towards the end of the reading, I'll get you to tune in, because it's all about trusting your own intuition, and that's what I want to be teaching. It's what I've had to learn, is, you know, to value yourself and trust your own intuition. But there's things that get in the way of that, and I've had to walk down that road. I call it the yellow brick road of self-esteem, to gain, you know, confidence and self-worth, and life will knock you back to strengthen that muscle. And then so towards the end of the reading, it'll be a general reading for love, so you can put that into any context you want to. Just trust yourself. That first person or the situation that comes into your head is that situation for you, rather than naming it or labeling it. And then I'll be using angel answers for that, and then you'll get your answer after I've done the reading, and that's by Doreen Virtue and Rodley Valentine. And then just to end, I would use Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield, which is just a soft, because the tarot cards are more getting to the heart of the matter and what's going on. Then we can use the oracle cards to soften it out towards the end. If a certain card does come up, which is the in this deck it's the Karma card, which is known as the Judgment card in the normal deck. If that comes in, and it's certainly at the heart of the matter, I'll be using the past life oracle cards with Doreen Virtue and Brian Wise on that. And then if I'm guided to, the life purpose oracle cards will come into the reading, and that's by Doreen Virtue. And because I read archetypes, I like to pull some of these sometimes, which is the archetype cards by Carolyn Mace. So those are my decks I'll be using. I do have other ones. I have quite a few, but I just go with my intuition really. And hello Lola, I'll let you out in a minute. It's alright, my sister's dog, she's been so patient. She's a big dog. She's been so patient and she's wanting to go out, so I think that's my cue to end this intro, because I could just go on and on and on. Like I said, my teaching is, my heart's desire is to be able to share my experiences so that you can learn for yourself and learn to trust yourself and your own intuition. So when you look at the reading, trust what you see too. Think what you're thinking, feel what you're feeling, and write it down and just go over it, because they will be the clues and messages for you as well, and obviously the messages that come through from me. So thank you for coming to my channel, and I'm really excited to get this off the ground. And the aircraft said when it flew over, I'm sure there's a lot more I want to say, but I'll leave it at that. And I hope you enjoy the readings and they serve you in your life. But I just want to say they are general readings, so never make a big decision based on a general reading. Always get advice. Have quiet time for yourself and go within and get your own answers, or go to somebody where they mirror what you're thinking about, and so confirmation for you. Or if you can't resonate with that, it could be that reading is about you taking your power back, you owning your power and going within and getting your own answers. It'll go either way. So bear with me with the technology side. Fingers crossed it all goes well. I'm in the early stages of putting it all together. I just wanted to get the first video out, and obviously I'll evolve and improve everything as I go along, but I look forward to being of service to you. So thank you for visiting. Namaste.